Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Tuesday, October 11, 2022. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. Christina Bobb. Christina Bobb is or was in-house counsel for former President Donald Trump and was designated by him as the custodian of his documents at Mar-a-Lago. Christina Bobb is now a witness for the feds testifying against the president, not yet before a grand jury, but she spent the weekend testifying under oath to federal prosecutors and investigators in Washington, D.C. Well, how did that happen? How does a lawyer for a potential defendant become a witness against her own current or former client? If you will recall the background here, I'm just going to do it briefly because it's very detailed and very extensive. The National Archives sent a letter to former President Trump saying, we think you have a lot of our documents. He basically said, no, I don't. What I have is mine. They said, can we come and look? He said, yes, you can come and look. And they found about 15 boxes to be returned, and he returned them. These were boxes that were packed by the GSA, the General Services Administration, that is plastic wrapped by the GSA. The documents were put in the boxes by Trump White House personnel, not by the GSA. Then the National Archives said, look, some of the stuff they sent back is classified, sent it to the feds. The feds said, what's going on here? Trump said, we've given you enough. The rest is mine. The feds impaneled a grand jury. The grand jury subpoenaed Trump. The subpoena went to Christina Bobb, who Trump had designated as the custodian of his documents. She certified under oath that on the basis of what she was told, all the documents that are the subject of the subpoena have been surrendered. Now, that was a material misrepresentation to the feds. Did she make it intentionally, or was she misled by either her client, Donald Trump, or another lawyer for whom she worked, her senior lawyer, whose name is Evan Corcoran? We don't know the answer to that, but we can rest assured that that was the subject of the examination that she gave under oath. It was a material misrepresentation that she made. That's what made her a potential and now an active witness. And of course, as a witness against Donald Trump or even against another lawyer on the team, she can't be part of the legal team. So yet again, this is not good news for Donald Trump. His legal team is apparently in two camps. The camp headed by Chris Kise, K-I-S-E, a former federal prosecutor, well-respected in South Florida, whom Trump hired and paid a retainer of $3 million, an astronomical amount as these things go, to lead his criminal defense team. But the portion of the team that he leads was arguing that the president should be conciliatory, the former president should be conciliatory, should not be attacking the DOJ, should not be attacking the FBI, should not be making statements in public that can't be demonstrated in court. The other half of the team, the people that had worked for Trump a little bit longer, said, no, be aggressive, keep the feds back to the wall, go after the jugular of the federal prosecutors. That's the team with which Donald Trump has sided. So when he says things like, I declassified all the documents, or the FBI planted evidence against me, and the special master says, well, where did your client get this from? The lawyers can't answer because they don't know the answer, or they know that it was just hyperbole by Donald Trump. It wasn't a truthful statement. Chris Kise has tried to stop statements like that, but he hasn't been able to do so. Christina Bobb is obviously in neither camp, since she has agreed to testify against her client. What about the attorney-client privilege? Well, that's a very good question. There is no attorney-client privilege if the attorney or the client or both are involved in an act of deception. That is an exception to the attorney-client privilege. So Christina Bobb deceived the feds. That's what caused them to go to a federal judge, Judge Reinhart in Florida, and get the search warrant to send 50 FBI agents to search Mar-a-Lago. She may have been unwittingly involved in the act of deception. The real deceiver might have been either Evan Corcoran, her boss, or Donald Trump, the ultimate client here. We don't know. But I'll tell you who does know. The feds know, because Christina Bobb has spilled her guts over the past weekend, and it can't be good for former President Trump. More as we get it. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.